Alright, hello there everyone, this is Kingdom bringing you another match from CEVO's Dota 2 League Season 1. This is Canada-America Dota versus Street Sharks. Today with me, I've got a special guest. This is Icon from Art of Warfare's North American team, one of the top North American teams, so pretty happy to have him with me and have some extra input. So, how you doing, Icon? Yeah, totally my pleasure. It's good to have someone to bounce off of instead of just talking by myself, especially since I lost my voice over the weekend. We can go ahead and seem pretty standard ban so far. I'm surprised to see PLCK first ban phase, but I don't know. Maybe they just have a respect for CADO's carry player. Any thoughts on that kind of non-conventional ban?
Let my crow actually play PL in both. Maybe they've been have to push them outside their comfort zone.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the stronger carry heroes in the patch right now. He's I mean, that 4.2 agility gain per level is absolutely insane, but you know, just one of those things. We seeing Na'ix Assassin first picked by Canada, and then Tidehunter Venge. I feel like these guys are playing like 3 or 4 months ago. Like, these are kind of more like TI2 picks. I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, it's really unconventional so far. And I can't hear you, so I don't know. Maybe
10 seconds remaining.
Told you to do the wrong thing.
5 seconds.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. There we go. We're back in business. 99% of casting is audio problems. So, unconventional picks. Thoughts?
Yes, very unconventional. All I was saying was that possibly, you know, Tidehunter, they are Street Shark. Vengeful Spirit, the reason not picked up. The ultimate is stun is keeper of the light. Not the whole lot.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, I definitely recognize that. It's the Canada-America Dota, though, getting definitely all of the, basically everything that they want through this. They're getting all, I mean, Undying, CADO, Na'ix Assassin. So exactly every current Dota team would probably want. Have to see what Street Sharks want left. I mean, hey, if they've got a pocket strat that works really well, I'm totally all for seeing it. And I'm a big fan of Vengeful Spirit. I think her aura is incredibly helpful. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see. I mean, I love watching Shadow Fiend. He's just an exciting hero to watch. The kind of snowbally heroes are the most fun, in my opinion. Speaking of snowbally heroes, Templar Assassin picked up by Street Sharks. I don't think I did. Can you hear me now? Am I still connected to the game? What happened there? Still seeing everything. Can you hear me at all, or?
10 seconds remaining.
Man, all of the technical issues, all of the time.
Radiant team bound.
How about, can you still hear me at all, or? Yeah, audio's back. Sweet. Dota is, I'm telling you, casting is 99% audio and technical issues and 1% content. At any rate, we're seeing Darkseer banned out. I mean, I'm surprised he makes it to the second round at all. Street Shark's just apparently not interested in him. I like the TA pickup. They've got a really aggressive line so far. Venge, a pretty strong early game hero with that stun as well as the damage aura. Tidehunter, of course, with that Ravage coming online level 6, can make for some pretty freaking awesome team fights.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Street Shark's taking a lot of time here on this second ban phase. See Jakiro banned out, and I'm a little curious about this banning decision here. As far as I can tell, Canada and America already have like 3 tri-lane support heroes they can pick and choose from. If I were Street Sharks, I would be banning out carries and solo mids at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I feel like the offline or the carry would be something more viable banning. And also, even on, Canada Dota, I mean, I understand the Darkseer ban, but at the same time, I feel like Darkseer would have been a pretty good pickup for them, so...
10 seconds remaining.
Expect from these two teams.
Yeah,
5 seconds
it's
remaining.
both of them are kind of playing a little bit outside my comfort zone, but that's one of the reasons why I find that this level of Dota, like not the almost like to the point of being like semi-pro, like kind of very new teams establishing themselves. It's a lot of fun because I mean, you watch the pro games and a lot of times it's the same strategies over and over again because they're whatever strong in the patch or stuff like that. But here we get everything and it's just a lot of fun. You never know what's coming.
Dire team back.
For certain players to also shine, you can kind of see where there's actually a vast skill difference as well as teams kind of meshing and such. And, team synergy is something that can win a game with unconventional picking. So it's going to be fun to see that tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We see Void banned out as well as the Rubik. So both teams still needing to pick up a strong carry hero as well as one of those off. I think both teams need an off lane unless they want to put Tide in that off lane. I don't know. Tide's recently kind of fallen out, and I think it's possibly because people don't really know where to lane him. He's not an ideal off lane. A lot of heroes can do that better, but at the same time, he needs so much experience that support really isn't very good for him either. Luna the next to ban out here, waiting for one more ban, then we'll get into the last pick phase, and that much closer to exciting North American Dota. Just looking at... Yeah, well, definitely one of the strongest carries in the patch right now. Naga, the last ban here from Street Sharks. Yeah, these picks and bans from Street Sharks are definitely reminding me of TI2, where Naga was the big thing behind Morphling. I almost want them to pick Morphling now. He's just totally my favorite hero, and I think he definitely... I don't know. I think people should play him.
Seconds remaining.
I don't know. What is your prediction for the rest of the lineups here?
5 seconds remaining.
I guess we're probably going to see they're either going to go with either a carry or
Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer. Yeah, that makes sense.
Radiant's
Very, very
team
strong
pick.
hero. I feel like we're going to either see... I personally would like to see a Beastmaster and a Shadow Fiend come out from Street Sharks and kind of round up the whole team. But I feel like we're probably going to get a pretty hard carry as well as another off-lane. Maybe oh my god.
Dire team.
I like that though, because exorcism damage goes through rage, and silence completely. It's like what is it? An 8-second silence? 6-second silence. That definitely screws over the Na'ix as well as the CADO and the Undying. I mean, she's got a lot of flaws as a hero. She's not the strongest laner. She's a little squishy. She's dependent on getting a lot of farm early on, and she doesn't deliver as well as other carries. But in an early game lineup revolving around a Tidehunter, Ravage, and TA ganking, I think it can work. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah, they're gonna need something either with anti-push or something to help them farm, so both of those heroes, Windrunner and Bounty Hunter, are excellent pickups. Puck could be a possibility just to help the CADO blast get set up and the Tombstone, all of that fun stuff. That's gonna be Clockwork, so they're going moderately more aggressive than I thought they were, looking to engage that mid-game, I guess.
Dire team pick.
I don't know, it worries me because 4 out of 5 of those heroes are melee, and if there's anything Clockwork does is he screws up melee teammates. And I really like the Spectre pickup here on the enemy team, because if anyone can handle those Clockwork cogs, it's Spectre with the Spectral Dagger.
I feel like this is what they were planning the entire time, to be honest. I feel like they came in with a plan of running a Spectre, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, she's going to get plenty of farm. I guess they're going to lane Death. I don't know, how do you lane this?
If it was me, oh my goodness, I guess you put DP mid, and you put, gosh, I don't
10
really know.
seconds
When you
remaining.
pick a Spectre, you usually assume defensive tri lane. So maybe they're assuming they're
5 seconds remaining.
Get into DP versus an Undying, maybe? Or against the Clock.
Yeah, that's
Clock mid.
It's probably the most probable thing. Let's go ahead and, probably the most probable. At any rate, let's go ahead and introduce some players. For Canada America Dota, we've got Nemo playing the Undying, Rye playing the Clockwork, Lead Microflow playing the Na'ix Lifestealer, Fro, the Captain, on Keeper of the Light, and Akroma on the Nix Assassin. We see Nix going solo mid, early bottle rush for him means we've got to support Undying as well as CADO, taking that tri-lane aggressive, I think. Yeah, there goes the Undying. He's headed down that way. Clockwork going to be on the safe lane, get plenty of levels and farm, and as you predicted, I do believe, yeah, so it's going to be a solo Tidehunter against that. I guess TA solo mid, and then DP. I'm actually at no point. Let's go. Okay, I've got no clue what's going on here.
30 seconds to battle.
Can you tri-lane TA Death Prophet Tidehunter? Does that work? Because that's where they're going right now.
I'm assuming the TA is actually going to go mid, and we might actually be seeing a dual lane top of the DP plus Tide, which is going to that's like the other forms that I'm not trying to see if they can pick somebody off.
Maybe they are expecting the safe lane tri-lane, which I think is kind of stupid considering the fact that you've got a... I mean, Undying, whenever I see Undying picked up, it just kind of screams aggressive tri-lane to me.
Especially in Dota CADO.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Just one of those heroes who really, I mean, that's what he does. He does aggressive tri-lanes, and that's about it. That's what you want on an Undying. You want him to go screw up the enemy team, carries farm, but it looks like we've got a 2-1-2 going on here. Spectre down the bottom lane, and this Spectre is not going to get any farm in this situation here. She's going to be completely zoned out of this lane. And I mean, what? Like, Spectre without farm is a melee creep, basically. We will, however, see Clockwork kind of zoned out of this top lane with a lot of spell spam from Death Prophet and the Tidehunter.
Incoming.
I mean, I don't know. It's a trade-off, definitely, but I don't know if it's one that's going to, in the end, favor the Street Shark squad. As much as I like their team name, that's a pretty cool team name, not gonna lie. How do you feel about this? I mean, we see TA versus Nix mid pretty frequently. How do you feel about that matchup?
TA plays it well. TA usually has the advantage, but Nix, I think, brings a lot more saves on the turn 6 ganking. I don't know, but I really feel like the story of this game is going to be this tri-lane bottom.
The hidden one.
That's really going to hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Spectre is one of the most farm-dependent heroes in the game. Period, no exceptions, right? Yeah, I think that was because initially the Dyer pushed a little bit too close to the tower. Hold on, he might get another one. Yep, there he goes. There's the last hit. Call Blast getting channeled. We may see a little bit of a aggressive turn. No, staying back. I think they probably could have got that if Lifestealer had gone in with the slow.
Not that way.
I mean, a level 2 Spectre, although Spectre is typically tanky late game, a level 2 Spectre is actually one of the easiest heroes to gank that I can think of off the top of my head. We do see, though, that Clockwork up on top lane is not getting shut down nearly as much as he needs to be. If this strategy is going to work, I feel that Death Prophet and Tidehunter need to win this lane and take the tower by the time Tide hits 6. And right now, Clock is out-leveling both of them. Level 4 already, getting way more experience even than the both, I think, Radiant lanes put together. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that this is a viable strategy, what these guys are doing right now? Like, yeah, Anchor Smash, probably one of the best abilities in the game. That 40% damage reduction is no joke at any stage of the game. Yeah, seriously. I mean, Gush minus armor is pretty important when you're talking about, like, Death Prophet spirits as well as Spectral right click and TA right click. At any rate, I'm going to see an invisible Na'ix assassin. Not level 5, that's an invisibility rune rotating to the top lane, looking to get a kill maybe. Neither of these heroes are level 6, but they're going to go in anyway. Looks like they will be able to get the Tidehunter. He's going to fall. Wand popped, it's not going to be enough. First blood goes to the Na'ix assassin. He's now level 6. And with the haste rune, he's going to go ahead, roll back towards the mid lane and barely even miss any creeps. I mean, in Radiant's favor, it looks like Death Prophet will be getting a relatively early Bloodstone, which is going to make her pretty tanky and a pretty good pushing machine. Not taking any points into Silence yet, opting for 2 points into Grip Swarm and then Witchcraft. Tidehunter chasing the Clockwork. Clockwork going to be able to back off to safety. Yeah, we're seeing Venge going down as Lifestealer comes in. Actually, Undying getting last hit there with a decay. Tombstone used, and unfortunately Spectre, probably her biggest flaw as a hero is the fact that she does absolute shit early game. She's just completely worthless in early game engagements. All she can do is like throw a dagger for some negligible damage. I mean, that's one thing that maybe it's just what I'm seeing in the current metagame is the carries that are favorable right now. Luna, Phantom Lancer, Na'ix, Sven, I guess Gyrocopter as well. They've got a lot to give, not only in the late game but also in the early game. Luna with the Eclipse and the beams, Phantom Lancer with the nuke and the pushing. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? What do you think about like carries in the metagame right now? Down in this bottom lane, we're seeing a Na'ix assassin rotating, and he's going to come in. Doesn't have the invisibility strike, but he will have a double damage room. Should be enough to bring down at least the Venge. See a TP in from the Tidehunter. Is he level 6 is the question. No, he's not. Only level 5, and now he's probably just going to feed in for exchange of rotating down. TA trying to get right clicks off against the Na'ix. He's going to be able to back off just fine, and now that should be the end of the engagement. 2 for none right now. Big victory for the Dire here. Low on mana though now. TA might be able to go back in, throws down a trap. Ping's going down from TA. She wants to go in, but the rest of her team is not in position yet. And once again, Spectre just has nothing to offer in this early game team fight. Next Assassin rotating back towards the mid lane. Undying going in onto the Tidehunter. Looks like they want to chase him back off of the lane. Traps being used to slow people down. That low cooldown. So OP, man. More right-click damage going down onto the Na'ix. He's backing off. Nix, though, is invisible, looking to pick somebody off. If he can get a right-click off on the Tidehunter, he might be able to get a kill. No, he's going to find Venge. This Venge is in a lot of trouble. Here comes CADO Blast getting channel. Right-click. Stun. Yeah, that's a very dead Vengeful Spirit. Now it's TA who's in trouble. Spectre goes out to hit at the Na'ix, but that's just like a tickle at this point. I mean, seriously. I mean, he probably even... I guess he probably didn't have the mana for it, but he probably could have just even reflected the damage just to be a jerk. I mean, what do you think Spectre needs, really, to be more viable in the game right now?
He just needs, in all honesty, like, unless we go back to this whole 4 protect 1 style, I mean, we haven't seen that since the international one. I mean, even the Chinese don't use it. It's because he just doesn't bring anything to the table until he's got 2 or 3 items up. I mean, if he's protected for 15, 20, even 30 minutes, then sure, yeah, you're going to win the game, but most teams are going to focus on this. I mean, that's basically the story of this game. The Spectre is hurting them a whole lot more than any other pick. I mean, their draft is really not that bad. It's just their carry choice is really holding them back from having a chance at this game.
Now, I think that Spectre can definitely work right now in a very specific scenario. If you're trying a global strategy, maybe with like a Wisp, Na'ix, Nature's Prophet, and then some stunning solo mid, like maybe a Lion or a Rasta. See a gank in the top lane against the Clockwork. He will fall here, but TP in from the Nix Assassin means that Tidehunter at least is going to fall. Possibly another, as the Death Prophet is insanely low. All it's going to take is 1 mana burn. Does he have mana for mana burn? He does. He's going to throw it down on the TA, but it's not going to be enough. Only 1 kill for him. 1-for-1 trade so far, and I think at this point any trade favors the Radiant.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it's supposed to pick up to regain a bit more momentum as well. So we're just going to get
CADO Blast comes in, getting the Spectre very low on the bottom lane. Undying comes in, drops a Tombstone as well. Dagger's used, but now she can't use it to run away. It looks like this Spectre is very, very soon going to be coming to an early grave. Gets finished up by the Life Stealer. Stun goes down from Venge, but she's going to fall to zombies as well. Now it looks like the tower is going to fall as the next step. Tombstone will of course pick... Nope, Tombstone's going to expire, not pick off the creep wave, but they've got enough creep wave here to finish off the tower. CADO Blast will finish the creep wave off very quickly. Man, I'm really surprised at CADO's sudden resurgence. It's not like he got a buff at all, but out of nowhere he just kind of came. Everyone suddenly realized, hey, CADO's an amazing hero, why aren't we playing him? And suddenly he was played.
I think it's mainly just due to this whole, big time push strategy, and also he's just a very easily defensive and offensive, hero. And he's also got that global mentality that you were talking about earlier with the Spectre. It's just, you can teleport anybody to you, and we're about to see a gank on bot.
Yeah, there's going to be a gank. Slow going down onto the Venge. CADO Blast, very dead Vengeful Spirit. And I mean, at this point, just with the amount of map control that Dire have established for themselves, TA is going to be highly restricted in terms of her movement. She's not going to be able to gank like a Templar Assassin wants to. I mean, she hasn't done a bad job by any means. She was winning that mid lane in terms of last hits until Nix got a couple ganks going. Spectre's rotated up towards the top lane to try to salvage some scrap of farm. Tide is now level 6, so they might be able to push this tower. Death Prophet 6, 7, so they might be able to get this tower push off. Ping's going down on the top lane. They may try and defend this, and of course CADO with CADO Blast, and in combination with the Rocket Blast, I mean, that's just so much that you can do to slow down a push right there. I was watching, who was I watching play it? It was a Southeast Asian game. Winter was talking about the strategy where they put Clockwork, I think it was, what was it? Did you watch that game? It was Clockwork, CADO, Puck, CK, and Wisp, I think. Anyway, we're going to see Clock hook in. talk about that in a second, and immediately picking off the Death Prophet. Now trying to chase the Tidehunter down. Probably he'll be able to get away. Yeah, he makes it back to the tower.
Is under attack.
Did you see that game that I was talking about, where they were talking that strategy with those particular 5 heroes, where I think it was, no, hold on, I'm talking about the wrong people. This was Lumi cast it, and it was Eternal Envy talking about the strategy. It was something that
Radiant's top
I think it was Fnatic EU was trying out, or maybe it was VP. I don't know. Never mind. It's like one of like 3 casts that Lumi does a week. Just go look at his channel. It's on there, I swear. Stun goes down onto the Na'ix Assassin, but he's unable to bring down the Tidehunter at any rate. Tombstone dropping. Venge is definitely going to drop here. One more right click's going to do it. Silence, clutch silence from the Death Prophet. Not quite able, but it hits 3 heroes. I mean, well played at least. Spectre ult in. Is she actually going to use it for anything? No, she was trying to get away from the Undying. Ends up just falling 13-1 so far, so definitely not the most even game.
under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, I really think the story of this game just comes down to the draft, in all honesty. Like, middle went fine, top went fine, but it's just Na'ix and Clock have so much more of an effect on the game rather than TA and a DP. Just kind of, get rotation around. Na'ix is so simple. It's all you get to do is just go in biz, pick a lane, and go kill somebody.
Yeah, even I can do that. We do see that. I mean, I like all of these individual heroes. I think Spectre has a place in those kind of global late game strategies. Death Prophet has a place in an early push, but I really don't think they mesh well together. This lineup lacks stuns. All they have in terms of stuns is the whatever Venge stun is, and the Ravage, which looks like it. No, they're probably not going to drop it, as Death Prophet's already down. Undying will get bursted down though. No, he's so tanky, is barely able to survive. Tombstone's down though, and CADO can go ahead, come right back in. Blinding Light, probably going to drop off a blast. He's standing there and channeling it, even though, okay, now he moves and channels it. Tidehunter getting very low. Na'ix Assassin coming in. There's a Ravage, but all the damage gets reflected back to Tidehunter. He's going to drop here. One more right click from Na'ix is going to be all she wrote. Can he get it off? Manaborn coming off cooldown. He should be able to get that. Yeah, there it is. Clock jumps in, but isn't able to get the cog off. Oh, there's the hook. It's going to hit Spectre. Spectre going to fall one more time here. Now, it looks like Clock might pay for it, but it's worth it if you kill the enemy Spectre. And now TA herself looking pretty low. There's the slow from Lifestealer. Right-clicking away. Got to get through those refraction charges, though. Not quite able to do it. TA, I mean, still a strong hero. Here comes the Death Prophet back in, having respawned. Lifestealer's got tons of health, though. The question is, can he take 2 heroes, especially once he's silenced? Has the armlet up, so we'll be able to armlet toggle. But Death Prophet exorcism damage is a ton, no matter what way you look at it. Slow goes down from the TA. Can they catch up to the Lifestealer and pick him off? See a TP in from the Spectre. Na'ix Assassin, though, gets a stun onto the Spectre. One more right click from... No, can they get it? I don't think they can. Here comes a full HP Undying right into the fight. He's going to go ahead and start right clicking. He's 1v3 though. He may have to back off here. Is that a max tombstone? No. Yeah, that is a max tombstone. I haven't seen that build in a while. What is the normal Undying build right now? Max decay? I mean, I guess since he had... Oh, man, nice clock hook coming on to 2. Dust going down for the TA, and now this looks like it'll be a double kill here. We see Lifestealer coming in the back, as well as the Na'ix Assassin. Unstoppable streak on him so far. 3 dead already. TA very low. She will be able to get away with her phase boots up. No, actually went treads. Never mind.
Middle tower is under attack.
At any rate, she gets out somehow. But the mid tower will not be so lucky. It's not nearly as mobile as the Templar Assassin. Rocket going bottom. Gonna miss the TA. Probably see a tier 2 here fall as well. Oh, the Venge stun gets blocked by the Na'ix Assassin. She's gonna get stunned up again. Not using it here. It is coming off cooldown. Yeah, there it goes. Lifestealer picks out the Spectre. Clockwork picks out the Vengeful Spirit. 21-3 so far. Looking to take the mid tier 2 tower here in the very near future. Undying with the tombstone just used. Where is the tombstone? He just used it. Guess it got nuked down. Sun drops, Gush goes down. Has Tide ravaged this whole game? Like, I haven't seen him ravage. Have you seen him use it? Oh, there it is. Only gonna hit the Undying, though. Not the most effective ravage. Undying should get bursted down here. No, too tanky. He's gonna be able to back off just fine. Blinding Light slowing down the right clicks. Na'ix Assassin double kill. Lifestealer also picking off the Death Prophet. 3 dead already. This should be a tier 2 tower easily. Clockwork Hook trying to catch the TA. Instead it hits a teammate. CADO Blast clearing the Creep Riff. I mean, I really have to agree when you in your analysis of the draft, but I mean, I don't know. I really like watching heroes like this that are unconventional. I really want them to work badly. You know what I mean?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
There's a place where each belongs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Spectre and a DP just really weak in general. Just they're very good individual heroes, but you have to have a team that's pretty good supporting against them. They're also difficult against heroes like Na'ix, CADO, and Undying. Just very difficult to run. Other types of heroes run.
Yeah, it looks like CADO will go ahead and take the safe auction, come back and Roche instead of trying the high ground. They've got all the time in the world to do this, as right now Street Sharks have 0 wards up on the map whatsoever. Probably suspect the Roche. They're headed in that direction. Yeah, there's the ping, but there's no Ravage for another 56 seconds, so this is going to be a very difficult fight for the Radiant to take if they want to take it at all. You can see, I mean, I'm just going to show the experience graphs and gold graphs. We know what they look like, but just for visual reference here, 14,000 leading the Dire in terms of experience, over 15,000 in terms of gold. I mean, this is a very, very one-sided game. Roche is down. Lifestealer gets the Aegis, and now Na'ix with a haste rune and an invis, looking to find somebody to pick off. Clock also looking for a jump. Is going to hook up onto the TA and get the cogs off. TA probably going to die here. Is there any more dust? Probably not going to matter. Here comes a CADO Blast. Should be able to pick her off. Very low here. No, she's surviving so far. In the meantime, though, Na'ix Assassin going to pick off the Spectre one more time. Death Prophet going down as well. Tidehunter not going to get the Ravage in time. Ben's going to fall before he can get anywhere near it. He's just going to have to run away. And now TA survives once again, running away down to the bottom. Looks like CADO want to go ahead, get together, and push out the top tier 2 tower before they rotate down into a tier 3 push. Taking it slow, not wanting to risk their lead. I mean, this is something that I say every game where it's uneven. It is always possible to throw a game of Dota. It is never a foregone conclusion. I mean, hashtag EG throws, right? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen plenty of huge turnarounds. I've seen bigger turnarounds than this. You probably have too.
Not be in DreamHack.
Yeah, seriously.
Like a year and a half ago.
Navi just definitely a turnaround team. I hear Clockwork Hook, but I don't think it hit anything. Where even is Clockwork? Na'ix Assassin picking up the Spectre. That's where the Clock Hook was. Spectre trying to farm the jungle. Clock comes and picks him off with the Na'ix, while the rest of the team successfully 3v4s the entire Radiant squad. If they get a massive Ravage and some good Death Prophet ult, they can maybe get a team fight to work here. They do have, I mean, Clockwork ult is a low cooldown. It's not like the one thing that the Dire definitely has going for them is that, other than the fact that they've got a more, I think, like, consistent lineup, is that they don't really have to wait for any big cooldowns. The only big cooldown, I guess, is Na'ix Assassin's ultimate, but that's only 60 seconds. Nothing like a Ravage. Still going to hit the TA. Mana Burn as well. She's going to go ahead and meld, try to get away in that way. Huge Ravage is going to hit everyone, but unfortunately, Ty gets bursted down immediately. TA not able to do work either. She falls to the Lifestealer as well. Tombstone doing work. Lifestealer getting low, but he's got an Aegis. He will fall. Aegis does get popped. Clock comes in from the side, drops his cogs. Should be, yeah, it looks like Na'ix Assassin picks off the Spectre. Death Prophet down as well. Venge the only one left alive, running back to the fountain, slowed down by the Lifestealer. She should be dead here. Undying streak onto the Undying, and this is a Rax for sure. And I mean probably GG at this point. If you can't win a fight with a 5-man Ravage and a Death Prophet ult under your tier 3 tower, I don't think there's any hope for you left. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, because Spectre is one of those heroes where it's all of your eggs into a single basket, and if that basket breaks, then there's all your eggs gone out the window. As we see Spectre getting bursted down again by the Na'ix Assassin. I mean, if you want to play the Spectre, like when I was playing with the Tigris Sanguis guys a while ago, we were practicing a Spectre lineup, and we put her in the most defensive tri lane we could pick into, given the bans. I mean, she's really strong, very tanky, and I mean, there's nothing like watching a Spectre with Aegis die twice and then buy back and 1v5 the enemy team after all their ults are down. I don't know, maybe those glory days are gone. Lifestealer with a finished heart as well as an armlet, picking up a Hyperstone now. Going to go farm the Radiant Ancients. I mean, this one really doesn't matter what he goes for. Na'ix with a finished Dagon 3, and he's got the recipes for 5, so he'll have that in a minute. Coddle already with a mech and 1,000 gold to his name. Might as well go for a 4 staff at this point. Earn as well. Na'ix Assassin rolling in Viz, looking to pick off somebody. Radiant Roman is 5 up the mid lane, trying to get something going. But here comes the Na'ix Assassin, immediately going to burst down the Death Prophet. Finch falling as well. Tidehunter getting low. He's going to drops the Ravage before he dies, but he's just going to fall. 2v5 is not going to work out for the rest of the Radiant, even if Spectre was a lot more farmed than she isn't. Just a Ring of Health going for a Vanguard build. I mean, this probably is the right build. I don't know. GG, well played, called. Clockwork hooking in to get the last kill here. And that's your match. I mean, hey, we got to see some Clockwork play. Got to see a pretty good aggressive tri-lane executed there by Canada America Dota. And we got to see exactly why drafting is probably the most important part of any Dota match. Yeah, I mean, if in doubt, blame your captain for a bad draft. It's probably the most universal way to bitch after you lose a game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Once again, this was a match from CEVO. This was Canada America Dota versus Street Sharks. If you want to check out CEVO, their website is, of course, CEVO.com. Thanks to Icon for coming and casting with me. Hopefully we can get some more even matches later on in the week. I think we've got 2 of the top 5 teams matching up on Thursday, so that should be a pretty good game to watch. Stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks for casting, Icon. It's a pleasure to have you. Yeah, hopefully we can get some more steady audio the next time we work together. I do definitely hope to work with you in the future.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's always good to see it's kind of a lot, but you know, stuff happens, drafting changes games. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to have you. So, yeah, like I said, there's going to be some more CEVO coming on later in the week. Probably some better games. Here's the score screen for you guys so you can see the exactly extent to which Dyer was ahead. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the cast today, go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Kingdom signing out. GG's, guys.